Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scary Scouts and Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Simon Perryman here. Today's the day is Monday, October 17, 2022. Yesterday, we're just having to talk about angle comparisons between Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch and about a couple of things about the angles side by side about the comparisons. That's been about past 4 to 2 years. So I also gonna be about two women besides to build up to for the WrestleMania 39 between April 1st and 2nd, 2019 between the men's and women's on the main rosters and development roster welcomes in there about watch a hangout about the WrestleMania night 1 and 2 at before these years. We could still have to make a build up for possibilities. So we can have about the storylines and about for those missions to do. So what am I the most? So how about the C is about every most people about the problems? I understand so why between those the guidelines. Not gonna say I'm gonna have mid off of this TV. I'm just gonna have the storylines. Excuse me. So Cora Jade was talking about for the pickup for the Raw partners. Most agree due to about the members of the Damage Control. Do you think believe Cora Jade to choose one of the pickup there about Dewdrop with Nikki ASH and Nikki ASH, then or Dakota Kai or Eris Guide or Bailey or Rhea Ripley? Besides not for reason about for the misfortunes of re-debuts. If not, it is unfortunately due to about the damage control, due to about the 6 months due to about the wild card rule, like Vince McMahon did about for the WWE wild card rule between Monday Night Raw and Smackdown. The mostly second split is not over yet. Soon is possible. Most of took up for about in the past 8 years ago, since about 2024, we could be split over as soon as possible until 2024. We're just gonna talk about Cora Jade between her real name is Brianna Coda. She's 21. She's a former skateboarding, and she is the generation of Jade. She told her for about Mckenzie Mitchell for NXT interview. Did she have about the Ronda Rousey's phone number? And she whispers says, "Actually, I do." So Ronda doesn't know what about Cora Jade's about. I don't even know exactly what's supposed to be problems. Ronda hasn't been in problems due to about stealing the blue brand on Friday Night Smackdown. Actually, so she could be a tag team partners between Shayna Baszler or Ronda Rousey or Damage Controls or Rhea Ripley, the members on the Judgment Day, or even includes itself the Dewdrop with Nikki ASH, or she could join in about the bloodline between the Usos, Solo Sikoa, Honorary Uso, Sami Zayn, with the White and the Wise Man, the former African, former managing of Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman. He is the wisdom, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. She could have him make it a friend of ours that could be about and knowledge of her. She does not. She could as soon as possible include WWE names who can change. I would have to say, I noticed it could be about the problemable for once. Um, censor her the streaming right now between those of the teasers. As far as I am concerned, about the two-time SmackDown Women's Champions, just like Charlotte at SummerSlam of 2016, between she pinned Sasha Banks at for the summer 2016. That was pretty good as possible. All is concerned about reaction between on the comparison for the 6 years ago for the angles up and side by side for about couple of things to do about a month ago. Um, both the name of seasons to include itself for the WWE Universe. Most of the ones for pick up ones for women as for the partner of the Raw from the Raw. Most of have the ones to each for the pickup from the woman from the SmackDown. However, I could pick one of those about Cora Jade's tag team partners with the damage controls or the Judgment Day with Rhea Ripley does. Even the baddest woman on the planet about she's alone. Um, Ashley Mckenzie Mitchell do. Um, I actually she do have Ronda Rousey's number and are the cell phones or home phones. She does it illegal exactly, not illegal, not permitted, but I don't she actually have no idea. I don't actually what she's talking about. She was walk out of there for about NXT 2.0 as a former NXT about 1 year ago, but she doesn't matter. She doesn't matter. She doesn't have to make it official to about the tag team partners from Raw, from SmackDown, or from here. She could have them make it official to join into the toxic attraction between Manny Rose, Gigi Dolan, JJ, or Sonya Deville. There could be four guys of the baddest woman in the history between NXT and Tuesday nights. So I actually she doesn't trust every opportunity between the with the WWE Performance Centers. Um, like she says, Cora doesn't make it a help for her former best friends Roxanna Paris, and she lost her the debuted from Friday Night SmackDown between the Damage Control, strong enough bout from the winning streaks between Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Bailey, and even though the man comes back as soon as possible for Monday Night Raw. As for the former big time Bex, she does matter sometimes. She was a better as soon as possible. Her right separated shoulder is better for now. She was medically clear. She almost getting 100% until next week as soon as possible. And Becky does have about 95%. She works out as the physical therapist due to the separated shoulders after the SummerSlam that took over about 3.5 months. Even the SummerSlam between Raw Women's Champion rematch after the SummerSlam during the end of this July. Becky shake hands, give Bianca the hug to each other's, and she turns to the baby face, and the heel is over between Becky and Bianca. The man of an EST. I could call it the man of an EST. Yeah, heck yeah. Bianca Belair to Becky Lynch, the man of an EST. I would have to say Bianca the Becky, the man of an EST. Heck yeah. She could have it coming until next month at the Survivor Series War Games for the main rosters. Triple H will be a place NXT. However, she could have to told the board of directors they could do have it about Survivor Series War Games. Always can do. I don't. I do actually do it about the replaces for the commentary between Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves, the two of those, and Byron Sexton's is on it on the backstage for the interviewers with Kelly. Kathy Kelly was back. Welcome back, Kathy Kelly, and Renee Paquette as former Renee Gong joins in the AEW as the Wednesday Night Dynamite and Friday Night Rampage of AEW. Then Syria was decided to join in about the AEW's by Ronda's reactions. She does making the management between Triple H bring the pages back between the WWE Universe as the management and managing of Ronda Rousey. She doesn't know who she is. She says maybe she could be having the tweets about 5 months ago. But she never told Paige about Natalya or Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch or the Team PCB as a former, as a tributing of Natalya Neidhart, PCB, Charlotte and Becky, then Sasha Banks and Bayley, and the two daughters to hear about priority here, the two daughters, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and then stepdaughters and Gigi Dolan and JCJ. Mandy says bye mom, and she could have them on her own for about her streaming for reasonable about for misfortunes or the possibilities. But then, so why could Ronda Rousey join the Bloodline or Shayna Baszler or Damage Controls? I don't think so. Or even Cora Jade's the generation of the baddest Jade. I don't know if she's soon as possible. What? She never know Ronda doesn't know about Cora Jade's problems. She does understand that to say anytime that any soonest of possibilities between joining in about for the Bloodline or the Judgment Day or most disagreements about or Viking Raiders or Imperium or the Brawling Brews or the Diamond Mine Forever and between Brutus Agilis, the Creed Brothers, and Roderick Strong, Tatum Paxley, and Even Isle, or there could be a join-in for a toxic attraction between Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Jason Jane, Gigi Dolan, but this is all women's comparisons idea for about the conversation between Evolution 2 about as soon as possible to between 2023 at the WWE Evolution 2 that goes about next year. Let's see as soon as possible they can talk to for the board of directors of the WWE. Let's see if we can have a talk about this. So Ronda always calls out to each other's between Becky was the opponents. She doesn't make it respect to with sports. She does have a respect anytime to about the sports entertainment between the gold medalists between the Olympic Games at 4 years ago. I was about anytime as soon as about the makeup possibilities. She does make a percent like hundreds of them about 100%. Like Baker's mistakes, she could have about Olympic Games at every time between those about the judo reactions for 6 years about the Ultimate Fighting Championship and Strikeforce and joins the WWE between Raw was champion one time and the Smackdown was champion the 2 times. Even that should be rejoining us about below us between the women's locker room did not do anything about Ronda's problemable. Shayna did not do anything too. And once it's for all between Lacey Evans and did not do anything for Ronda too. Lacey, or she could do half of the Lacey Evans sometimes about the tag team partners. So we could have the dude talked about this for the last couple of seconds ago. I was just gonna have to make questions about the women's tag team partners they can join about the bloodlines, or between those guys and the Judgment Day for those guys, then Imperium, the Brawling Brutes. I don't think so. The Damage Controls, I did not think so. Like she says, she could have Cora Jade to join her for the tag partners to do to about her numbers. Mckenzie did have Ronda's number. She whispers. She doesn't tell anybody it's a secret, ever. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm good. Alright, guys. Should make sure to don't forget to hit the button to subscribe to my contest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the Peacock, and Google Revines, and Tumblrs, and Hangouts, and do to about some videos reaction on the Peacock networks. Subscribe it on the Ronda Rousey, WWE for Raw, the Smackdown, NXT, and mostly subscribe it on Rhea Bevis as a former page, and the Bella Twins, then mostly the UFC as a Shayna Baszler. I am the King Coda and Dakota Kai, and mostly Air's guys as Air Sherrod. And then make sure do not forget to hit the button to subscribe on Jessamy Duke, Marian Shepard, and then the Browsy actress. So let's see, we could talk about this about tomorrow at Tuesday night NXT before Bella's birthday. She's my sister. She comes out until 26th birthday and of tomorrow. I could go with her to do that for reasons. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys about. See you soon as possible. Feel free to watch. Don't forget to keep it retro, mateys.